Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Tommy Farrow's Let's Just. This is one of my favourite tracks and to me is top 10 dance songs ever made. Big statement, but I'm saying it. There's something about it, it's very euphoric, the vocal slaps, the writing itself is amazing, everything about it is just fucking banging. Anyway, here's a preview of my remake and what you'll have made by the end of the video. Great, let's kick the video off with that fantastic lead sound. Great, so the sound itself is made in Serum and is a preset from my Eurotrance Volume 2 preset pack. This pack has over 60 presets, making it easy for you to make modern day Eurotrance. The pack is based on loads of remakes of popular songs and all comes with the MIDI of the remakes. So for example, this lead is in here. And it also comes with the sort of MP3. So for example, this Let's Just lead, that's what it sounds like when you're using the right preset. But then you can come here, get the MIDI, so lead, Let's Just, and then just drag that into your project like this. So you can literally make it just like them. And then you can obviously play around with the notes and make it your own and use it in your own track. So yeah, all the sounds you heard in that preview are from this same pack, so definitely check it out. But without further ado, let's go on with the video. Cool, so we're in the key of A sharp major. And it just goes from A sharp to D to A, and that just repeats itself almost like an arp until you get to the end, and then we go up to the G and the A. So yeah, the notes are pretty simple. And if we have a look at the patch itself, obviously we're using Serum 2, you can use Serum 1 to follow on, sort of up to you. Great, so click menu, initiate the preset, come over, turn on oscillator A, keep the saw wave, up the unison to 8 and the detune to 0.11 and keep the blend at 75. It's gonna sound like this. Oscillator B on, saw wave as well, and no unison, just keeping it exactly as it is. Pretty simple sound already, right? We then turn on the effects, go to and turn on a Hall reverb, and then a delay. And make sure the delay's at 1/8 notes, feedback 50%. It's a pretty simple patch, but it just sounds amazing. So the next time we have is this lovely lush pad. So as you can see, there's actually a small bit of rhythm. So normally notes obviously like this. I think because maybe the original sound is resampled, it's got this sort of stutter in this. Cool, yeah, so let's have a look at the chords then. So yeah, we're in the key of A sharp major. We're starting with the D, going up a third, fifth, seventh, and then E, pitched up, E, third, fifth, F sharp, and then we go in F, A sharp to the third, the fifth. So yeah, it's just basically thirds and fifths. It's pretty simple to be honest, but they're nice and thick. And I also think it helps like the sound design. And so we have a look at that pad. Yeah, just basic shapes. Unison pitched up to 7, detune at 0.11. Turn on the filter, make sure A selected. And we brought the hertz to 1250. You can also bring that up, start it low. And like bring it up as the track goes on. If we have a look then at the effects, we've got this equalizer. So we're taking out a lot of the low end and this little notch here at 138. And we've got this little notch here taken out frequencies about 1400 hertz. Then got a chorus. Nice bit of mix, 31%. This is actually off. And then we've just got a massive Hall reverb. So quite a simple sound, but it just sounds really nice, you know. And then we've also got this LFO so on the fine tune. So you just drag this little arrow onto the fine tune. And if we have a look at the matrix, it's up 12%. So and that's creating a sort of fluttery, stuttery, analog sort of sound, you know. We've also got the velocity attached to the level, but it's not doing too much to be honest. There was also a second alteration of this, which I thought you could layer. So you could layer both together. So this again is in that same pack. It's just Let's Just 2. So it's the same as other, with just slight variation. Great, so the next layer we have is this pad, or string. So it's sort of just like a wandering string. So you can hear it mostly, obviously, in the intro, and it helps to create a sort of nice tone. So it's kind of like nice and thick and sort of detuned, so it kind of stands out in the mix. So it really helps to sort of keep the track moving. Without it, definitely helps complete that sort of lusciousness. So yeah, let's have a look at this. This is the same patch that I used on the other pad. But yeah, so this string, saw wave, LFO, onto the fine tune. It's just like pretty simple, you know. If we go to the effects, we've just taken the chorus off. We've kept that sort of EQ and a nice bit of reverb. But yeah, no chorus. And rather than it being 7 unison, we've got it down at 5. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same patch. We've just already got a little bit more. Oh no, it's about the same high end as well. So it's different notes. So yeah, the notes just D, C, D, D. And then that repeats itself. But yeah, that really helps add time. And then next we have the bass, which I love. It's just a really thick bass from that same pack. Obviously, it's an analog, basic MIDI, pitched down 2 octaves, and then selected Wavetable Position 1, which is a nice saw wave with a nice bit of character. It can sound like that. Then we add on this analog acid, unison up 2, so making it a bit wide, and then filter on AB, MG low 24, cut off 187 hertz. So we're cutting out all of the top end, so it's just the bass. Without it, this really keeps it nice and thick. No effects needed. Like to keep the subs nice and simple. And those notes are just D sharp, F, G, and D. I haven't actually done it, but what you can then do, obviously in his version, he's got a breakbeat, right? So you can add a breakbeat. There's loads of packs. Something like this. Maybe something like this, like Future Proof Amen. Apex. I couldn't actually find the exact one he used. But yeah, just download Amen break packs. So like if you go through here, so they're all quite fast, like 170, and then you've also got to adjust them to the right speed. Like, these are just ones that I've got. Yeah, it's going to take you a while to get the right sort of break. I think this is sort of labour of love, and you can chop them up as well. I don't really like working with breaks, to be honest. But yeah, then you can obviously dig into them, and say you like this bit, you just repeat that. I mean, that sounds trash. See, I don't really like working with breaks, to be honest. But yeah, maybe I need to sort of man up and have a look into how to make some really good breaks. Cheers guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new. Definitely check this track out if you've not heard it already. It's literally one of my favorites. Cheers.